Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled No One Cares. I want to dive into a topic that came up during a live stream I was listening to. It's about something most people don't want to admit or think about. How, in the grand scheme of things, most people don't really care about you. It sounds harsh, but it's the reality we live in, and I believe acknowledging this truth can help you live your life more authentically. The live stream discussion touched on people lamenting their lack of friends, romantic partners, or relationships. Complaints like, I don't have a girlfriend or I don't have any friends come up often. But here's the thing, it's not other people's responsibility to care about those issues. Most of the time, people don't care if you're lonely or single because it doesn't directly affect their lives. That's the hard truth. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can move forward. What's funny to me is how people often act like others genuinely care about their personal struggles when most don't. This doesn't mean everyone is heartless, but the majority of the world is too wrapped up in their own problems to worry about yours. As George Carlin famously said, that the government doesn't give a fuck, but this applies far beyond politics. It's a broader lesson about the world. You're responsible for yourself because no one else will save you. Think about it. A meteor could fall from the sky tomorrow, and while a handful of people might care about your demise, the vast majority wouldn't even notice. It's sobering to realize how little your existence impacts most people's lives. That's why it's crucial to shift your focus. Instead of obsessing over who doesn't care, focus on what you can control: your actions, your goals, and the handful of people who truly matter in your life. Now, I'm not saying no one cares about anyone. Of course, there are people who form meaningful relationships, friendships, and families. Some people genuinely care, and those are the relationships you should nurture. But obsessing over people who don't care, whether it's a girl who won't return your texts or a friend who's ghosted you, only drains your energy. It's better to focus on the few people who love and support you, and, most importantly, yourself. This leads me to a critical point: self reliance. You have to save yourself. No one is coming to fix your problems or carry you through life. When you lay down at night, you're alone with your thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, you're the one responsible for your decisions. It's a heavy truth, but understanding it gives you freedom. You can stop waiting for someone else to rescue you and start taking charge of your own life. This isn't just about relationships. It's about learning not to care about people's opinions of you. Too many people waste time trying to please others or seeking validation. You see it all the time on social media. People crying about their problems, hoping for sympathy, but ultimately, no one cares as much as they think. Everyone has their own struggles, and most people aren't willing to shoulder someone else's burdens when they can barely manage their own. I learned this lesson early, watching how people treat each other in everyday situations. For instance, when my mother fell outside a store, people just stared. No one offered to help. That moment stuck with me because it showed how apathetic people can be. Social experiments often highlight this too: how people will ignore bullying or walk past someone who clearly needs help. It's not personal, it's just how most people are wired. This isn't to say you should become completely cynical or stop caring about anything. Like the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck explains, the goal isn't to stop caring entirely. Instead, it's about choosing what to care about. Some things deserve your energy, while others don't. Learning to prioritize what matters and letting go of what doesn't is key to living a more fulfilling life. The truth is, everyone has problems. Whether it's the homeless man at the corner store or a billionaire like Bill Gates, no one escapes life's challenges. The difference lies in the nature of those problems. Understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles helps you put things into perspective. It's not that people are cruel for not caring, they're just too consumed by their own struggles to focus on yours. At the end of the day, the world doesn't owe you anything. People will disappoint you, leave you, or simply stop caring. That's why it's so important to be your own best friend. Rely on yourself, care for yourself, and build a life you're proud of, because you're the one who has to live it. No one else can do it for you. So to wrap this up, let me leave you with this. Nothing truly matters in the grand scheme of things, and that's liberating. Once you realize how small most things are in the context of the universe, you can stop sweating the details and start enjoying your life. Focus on what brings you joy, nurture the relationships that matter, and remember that you're the one responsible for your happiness. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.